Now, there's a new episode of Loose Women, the podcast, out today. Jane and Linda are in the hot seats, and they got to talking about Linda's friendship with the brilliant Pauline Quirke and how their careers took different paths.
What about you and Pauline Quirke? Because obviously you were saying you go back to, like, you've known each other since you were 10 years old. You've both been in the business. Were there ever times that you ever sort of felt a bit jealous of her success?
I won't say that I felt jealous of her success, but sometimes I thought, oh, I'd love to have had a part like that, because she's done some amazing things in the past and that, like Broadchurch and lots of different things and that. So I've never been jealous of it, but I just often thought I would love to have got that part myself. And I've even told her that as well. You know?
So like envious rather than jealous.
Yeah.
What's the difference with envy and jealousy? I always get confused.
I'm not entirely sure.
Because I always thought envy, it sounds better than jealousy. Am I right in that?
Well, according to the dictionary...
Oh, Jane. Come on, Jane. Get your dictionary out.
According to the dictionary, envy is something you feel but you keep to yourself, whereas jealousy manifests itself in a certain way.
What, you take action on it?
Yes.
Right, OK.
But I always thought envy was like a nice, like, oh, I envy you. I really like your hair.
Yeah.
Jealousy is like, I should have what you have.
Yes, that's...
But apparently not, so I disagree with the dictionary.
Fair
I
enough.
said it.
OK, that's fine. We'll write that down. Thank you very much. I suppose what Linda was saying there was right in that, you know, she recognised that these were great roles and she would like them, but she didn't begrudge them.
Yes, that's the difference, isn't it?
To Pauline. I suppose I agree with you. I think when jealousy comes in, it kind of feels as if you don't want that person
to have it.
Yes. And that's where it becomes...
Well, it's that sort of like, it's all right for you.
Yes.
You know, what about me?
Well, that's like a bitterness, isn't it? It's like, I think you can, like, revel in somebody else's luck. No, you know, I'm joking. No, you can revel in somebody's good fortunes and still desire them and just be really pleased for them. But I think it shifts as you get older as well. Like, you know, when I was much younger, it'd be like, oh, God, I wish I had that and I wish I... whereas I think as I get older, it's not so much things, it's like, it's character. But I like that. I could be like, oh, I really want to be more like you. Oh, I aspire to be like you. Do you know what I mean? So I could...
Well, you're much more honourable than me.
Yeah, but things don't interest...
I'm jealous of people's company pension, that's why.
But you know, when you read... There have been quite a few of those sort of... Obviously, there's a lot more sort of stalking and weird behaviour now because of social media and everybody's much more accessible. There have been a few where people have had this sort of, like, mystery person sort of sending them hate mail or signing them up to stuff that they've not signed up for. And it turns out to be someone in their friendship group.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, apparently psychologists would recommend that you actually do have this conversation with your friends, that if you're jealous about a particular aspect of their life. And that can actually help you grow closer to them. But well, it's going to be a difficult conversation, isn't it?
I think if they're, like, really jealous, it's hard.
Yeah, I think it can be quite... So when I got pregnant with Grace, I was, like, 41, so it was quite a shock. But I had this really long-standing friend, and I wasn't expecting, like, you know, flowers or anything, but just like a sort of a, oh, God, amazing, congratulations, whatever. And I heard nothing. And this kind of went on for a really long time. And then I saw her at a couple of things, and she was just a little bit odd with me. And this kind of went on, and then life just went on, and I was caught up in the pregnancy or whatever. And then eventually I sort of said to her, look, have I upset you in some way? And she suddenly said, it's because you were pregnant. And I'm really sorry I felt that way, but I was really jealous. And I said, yeah, but you've never wanted to have children. And she sort of said, well, yeah, I say that, but actually... I was thinking about me, but it never really happened for me.
So
and she said I couldn't cope with it.
Yeah, that she was feeling that she might give some of that negativity to you. You know, like, if you felt a bit dark with your jealousy and you know that's wrong, is it better to hide away a bit and deal with yourself and have a bit of go yourself and then come back? Or is it better to just say... Because you lost her for a while and she lost you.
Yeah, but it was more that because she was childish and had always said that she was quite happy, I didn't make a connection, you know, whereas obviously if it had been a friend, and this is very common, isn't it? If I'd had a friend that had had, like, several miscarriages, I would feel really... I'd think, how am I going to tell them that I'm having a baby? You know, that would go through my head, and that's happened a lot with people I know, where it's just like... But, you know, if it's a really good friendship, the other person usually says, I'm so happy for you. Obviously, I'm very sad for me, but I'm really happy for you.
Yeah. So I think it's quite a common one, that one. You hear it quite a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe if she'd said at the time, I'm struggling with this at the moment, just give me some time, then you knew what was going on, and then you had the proper conversation.
I just didn't have a clue. I mean, we're fine again
both know where you're at, but it's hard, isn't it?
And your friendship would become richer for it. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like having the courage to say you feel vulnerable.
I know. I mean, those are really sort of very raw, difficult things. Whereas if you're just, you know, jealous of the way somebody looks, like Frankie is of me, well, I mean, that's it's really, you've got to get over it.
It's really hard to be nice to you.
Come on, just grow up, Frankie, OK? And you can listen to that new episode of the Loose Women podcast right now. Well, not right now. Wait about 20 minutes.
I was going to say.
Along with all the episodes so far. Listen on your usual podcast app, or you can watch it on YouTube, ITVX and the SCV player.